As crypto regulations inch closer and closer, we're going to see more and more headlines stating exactly something like this: Canada delists USDT. Stablecoin USDT has been in trouble for a while. It's nothing new, but it's being delisted on crypto.com due to regulatory requirements in Ontario, a province in Canada. Crypto.com is applying for their license to operate in Canada, and part of that application process is stating that they have to delist USDT. What? So it's received a lot of negative press around lately, and it's kind of amazing as to why. Did somebody say bank run? And it hasn't just received this negative press lately. It's been kind of negative for a long time, kind of since I really started researching crypto about a year and a half ago. Let's get into why that is, and we'll take a little bit deeper look. Now, this typically sometimes isn't a big deal for some coins, but as we can kind of see here, I think it kind of is, because the list of stable coins is large. However, Tether is at the top, right? So you see Tether here. You can see it has a market cap of some sort of $66 billion. USDC is the next one at $43 billion, and Binance BUSD is at 16. I mean, there's a lot in here. You can't really trust all of them. You got to be careful when you put a lot of your money into one of these things. People have been ripping on USDT for a long time. I was looking at some articles here from May 2021. That's a long time ago. But this is why. Basically saying that their Tether's reserve, so the money that's the coins that are out there, do they have one-to-one backing? That's the question that's out there. And they're saying only 49% backed by unspecified commercial paper. What does that mean? That means they have a little chart down here saying, okay, there was an audit, and then some of these firms that audited them, it's a little sketchy. So the firm that did this audit has 5 employees, and they're based out of the Caribbean. Who else was based out of the Caribbean? FTX. Shit. Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking here. Like, can we see another FTX collapse here? Who knows? If what this pretty pie chart is saying, that only 49% of the coins out there have a backing, and that's the USDT's collateral, a bank run could crush the coin and wipe out $60 billion of value on the crypto market cap. Now, what does that look like? We've seen it before happen with Terra Luna and their TUSD or Luna USD or whatever it was. Basically, what happens is you'll see people taking their money out of Tether. So if we have Tether, say here, and people want to swap it over to USDC, you'll see all the money just dripping into there. And what happens is the market cap goes down, and sometimes, and just sometimes, this peg, so they're pegged at $1. They usually go up and down by 0.001 of a penny. They can lose the peg. That's what happens. And then it takes a lot of work to get back, if possible. Listen, if you go onto Tether's website here, you can kind of see a couple things on their law enforcement. As part of investigations, law enforcement may be interested in requesting that the address is frozen. That's your crypto address. So you can just, like, if you're under investigation, if you were doing something with Tornado Cash, for example, that has a lot of sanctions around it, or found out that you're sending money to, say, Russia, the law enforcement can just freeze your address. And there's been a lot of cases of that in the past. You know, Tether's come a long way since that May 2021 article. They are saying that they're matching one-to-one with their fiat currency. They are saying they're a fully transparent company, and we publish record of our current reserve assets. But they've published it before, and they kind of said it, so it's a little weird. Their website's quite interesting because they do have a whole bunch of updates, and kind of looks like real time for the USDT, the Euro coins, and all these others. It's interesting to see. It's just this, I don't know, around the crypto Twitter space and a lot of smart guys, no one uses USDT. It's tough. Why would you risk it when you got USDC, which has much more of a nicer background behind it? The white paper is a little bit better. They are starting to get into a little bit interesting stuff, though. So they have this Australian stablecoin that is backed by physical gold. You can see there's a $4.5 billion market cap on it, and they have 7,600 kilograms of gold bars.
The metal of the gods.
This is
Tears of the sun.
Here we go.
El Dorado. It's been called many things. You can use it as a store of value to diversify.
But listen, none of these stable coins you see here on the left, the Tether, the USDC, none of them are perfect. They're all quite centralized. USDC has frozen accounts that have been linked to, say, I don't know, terrorists. They'll throw that general word out. BUSD is Binance's smart coin, so that's highly centralized. If Binance goes down, you got to be careful with that. DAI is a very interesting one, so that's MakerDAO. They ran into some problems. There's like some controversy back in the FTX times. He was considered one of the thought leaders in the crypto space, especially in the stablecoins arena. And right before FTX went down, so this was October 28th, and FTX was about a week into 10 days later. Tinfoil hat time. Let me warn you a little bit there. But nonetheless, I do smell a faint smell of danger here. Right after he died, FTX went down. But he was a genius. So he was it's a fully decentralized USD stablecoin, but it holds a bunch of crypto assets behind it. It's never lost its peg, I don't think. And if it has, it's always regained it. And then you start getting into some of these other smaller ones under $1 billion. I mean, MakerDAO is only $6 billion, but there's a lot in here. You just got to be careful, right? Like, the more centralized you are, as we see all these exchanges start to falter, we're going to start seeing cracks as regulation comes out. You're going to see USDT go down. Everything is getting converted from USDT into USDC. I think you just gotta keep an eye on it, right? You can stay tuned to this channel. We'll always cover these latest craziest things that come out, and typically a little bit before as well, because it helps the views. Once they come out, sometimes these videos will just sit dormant, and then all of a sudden some news will come out, such as January 31st when USDT is supposed to be banned from Crypto.com. This will start taking off. So anyways, if you do like that content, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. It helps the channel out. You're already watching it, so why do you got to sit around and look and hope that you see another video in the feed? We just keep up to date with what's going on in the crypto space, and we just want to share what we find. It's always an interesting time out here. I'll leave you off with one more thing, but basically the parent company that has Tether is this iFinex company. It's located in Hong Kong. It's been founded since 2012. It's one of the OGs. You can see it here. It was launched in 2014. The company was launched in 2012. And, this was a time when there wasn't too much going on in this whole space, and everyone thought it was all just fake internet money. But you can see a whole bunch of different stuff in here. They've had a couple scandals and questions about dollar reserves. It even comes up in their Wikipedia articles. So you just got to be careful. Make sure you keep your stuff off centralized exchanges, and you know what they say, not your keys, not your crypto. Get a ledger, put your stuff on there, institute multi-sigs, which I still got to do, and play safe out there because it is the wild, wild west. Okay, take care, guys.